You know that feeling when John Wick just flows through a room, taking down bad guys with incredible style and precision? Today, we're diving headfirst into 15 video games that capture that exact same rush. We're not just talking about shooting, we're talking about games that let you move like a total pro, chain together awesome moves, and feel like the ultimate action hero. These are the games that let you go full John Wick. Let's check them out and see which one lets you pull off the most insane moves. Suit for Hire. This one's for folks who just want to jump in, shoot fast, and feel like an unstoppable hitman. It's not trying to be deep or emotional or anything like that. You load it up and boom, you're a dude in a clean suit kicking doors down and wiping out rooms of bad guys like it's just another Tuesday. The whole vibe is very much John Wick on a budget, and I mean that in a good way. You move quick, you shoot quicker, and it's all about keeping your momentum. You roll through these top-down levels, blasting enemies, sliding over tables, kicking doors into people's faces. It's fast, it's flashy, and honestly, it's pretty fun once you get into the rhythm. And yeah, it's got that slow-mo when you pull off a clean move, which always feels satisfying as hell. What I like is that it doesn't mess around with upgrades or long tutorials or anything that gets in the way. There's no complicated gear system or skill trees. It just throws you in and says, here's a gun, go be a badass. That's it. Simple and to the point. And sometimes, that's exactly what you want. Visually, it's got this clean, almost minimalist look, but it works. Everything's clear, you can see what's happening, and it keeps you focused on what matters. Just tearing through every room like you own the place. The sound design's got some nice crunch to it too. Guns feel punchy, and that little slow-mo boom when you kick someone through a door, yeah, that hits. It's not a long game or anything, and it's not trying to compete with the big AAA stuff, but for what it is, fast-paced, stylish action, it nails it. If you've ever watched a John Wick movie and thought, I just want to do that, no cutscenes, no BS, then Suit for Hire is your jam. Just pure, smooth, chaotic fun. Max Payne 3. If you're looking for that full John Wick type energy, diving in slow motion, blasting dudes midair and walking away like it's just another day, this one absolutely delivers. You play as Max, a broken down ex-cop who's pretty much seen and lost everything. He's older, he's tired, and he's drunk most of the time, but man, he still knows how to clear a room like nobody else. The gunplay here is wild, like every single shootout feels cinematic. You've got bullet time so you can slow things down, dive sideways, and take out 3 guys before you even hit the ground. It never gets old. The game really pushes that feeling of being this one-man army, running headfirst into chaos and somehow walking out the only one still breathing. The environments are super detailed too. One moment you're in some high-end nightclub in Brazil, next thing you know you're in the middle of a shootout in a favela. The whole thing's soaked in this gritty, kind of depressing tone, but the action keeps pulling you back in. And yeah, Max never stops talking. He's constantly narrating in that tired, sarcastic voice, dropping lines that are half poetic, half I've had enough of this shit.
So for now, we seem to get along just fine.
What really makes it feel special though is how smooth everything is. The animations, the way Max moves, the way the world reacts to bullets. It all just feels alive. It's not about running and gunning blindly. You gotta use cover, pick your moments, and when that bullet time hits, make it count. Headshots feel brutal. Every gun has a punch. And when it all clicks, it's like being in your own action movie. Max Payne 3 doesn't care about being flashy with upgrades or side quests. It's just pure, focused, brutal action with a heavy story and a broken main character who still knows how to shoot with style. If you've never played it or if it's been a while, it's absolutely worth going back. Just grab a drink, turn down the lights, and get ready to wreck some fools. Watchdog games. The Watch Dogs games are kind of wild when you think about it. You're not just some dude running around with a gun, you're basically a hacker with the entire city in your pocket. Traffic lights, cameras, phones, cars, even freaking bridges. You can mess with all of it, and that's what makes these games stand out. They're not just action games, they're chaos simulators. So the first Watch Dogs is pretty serious. You play as Aiden Pierce, this grim guy with a deep voice and a trench coat going around Chicago looking for revenge. It's kind of moody and dark and honestly a bit clunky at times, but the vibe was there. You could hack into people's lives, steal their bank info, spy on random phone calls. It felt like you were this digital vigilante, watching the whole world through your phone. Then came Watch Dogs 2, and that's where things really got fun. You're in San Francisco, and instead of being all serious and brooding, you're Marcus, this chill dude with a cool crew who's all about taking down corrupt corporations. The world is way brighter, more colorful, and way more fun to explore. The hacking got smoother too. You could send out little drones and RC cars to do your dirty work, sneak around without even entering a building. Plus, it had that open world chaos energy where you could turn a peaceful street into a war zone with just a few taps. Watch Dogs Legion took things even further. No main character this time. You could literally recruit anyone. Grandmas, construction workers, random people on the street. Every single NPC could be part of your crew. It was kinda nuts. One minute you're a spy with a James Bond car, next you're a punk with a sledgehammer taking down drones. It didn't hit with everyone, but if you liked just experimenting and messing around with systems, it gave you a ton of tools to do that. The series has always been about giving you freedom. Like, yeah, you can go full guns blazing if you want, but it's way more fun when you sneak in, hack the security, make guards fight each other, and slip out without being seen. It's not perfect, but it's one of those series where the sandbox and the tech make every situation feel different. If you're into games where you feel like a digital ninja, messing with the system and pulling off slick moves like a techie John Wick, the Watch Dogs games definitely scratch that itch. Sleeping Dogs. Now, Sleeping Dogs, man, that one's a freaking hidden gem. If you missed out on this back in the day, you seriously gotta fix that. This game doesn't just let you go John Wick mode, it throws you into it with a roundhouse kick to the face and then slams your head into an air conditioning unit. It's that wild. So you play as Wei Shen, an undercover cop in Hong Kong trying to bring down the triads. But the thing is, you're not just a cop, you're this dude who fights like a martial arts movie star, moves like he's got wires attached, and carries that cold, no-nonsense stare that says, "Don't mess with me." The combat is straight up brutal, it's mostly hand to hand, and it feels good. You're grabbing guys, flipping them over, slamming their heads into walls, fish tanks, car doors, you name it. It's not about spraying bullets everywhere, it's about being fast, precise, and just plain savage, like you're doing stunts mid-fight, and every move has weight to it. And when you do get a gun, oh man, it turns into a full-on John Woo shootout, diving in slow motion, firing 2 pistols, sliding over tables. It's stylish as hell, but the game keeps those moments special. You don't always have a gun, which makes the gunfights feel more intense when they pop off. Hong Kong as a setting is dope too. The city feels alive, neon lights, markets, rainy streets. It just has this vibe that hits different from your usual open world game. And the story's solid too. It's got drama, betrayal, and some real emotional punches. You're constantly walking that line between being a cop and getting too deep with the triads. It gets heavy. But the biggest thing, Sleeping Dogs makes you feel cool. Whether you're busting heads in an alley, racing through the city on a bike, or going full Max Payne during a nightclub shootout, it keeps delivering that action fantasy. It's clean, stylish, and violent in the best way. So yeah, if you ever wanted to be an undercover cop who moves like Bruce Lee but shoots like John Wick, Sleeping Dogs is the one, just pure underrated gold. Hitman Absolution. Alright, Hitman Absolution might not be everyone's favorite in the series, but if you're talking about games where you can go full John Wick, cold, calculated, deadly, then yeah, this one still earns its spot. It's not all about guns blazing like some of the other games on this list, but more about that quiet, terrifying precision. Like if John Wick had a stealthy older brother who preferred silence over chaos, that's Agent 47. You're this bald assassin with a barcode on the back of your head, walking into a room full of guards, and what makes Absolution special is the way it lets you play it your way. Want to walk in and turn everyone into Swiss cheese with dual silver ballers? Go for it. Want to dress up like a janitor and take out your target with a wrench in a boiler room? That's totally fine too. The gunplay is clean. It's not a full-blown shooter, but when stuff goes loud, it handles it well. You can enter this instinct mode that lets you line up headshots like you're in the damn Matrix. It feels slick and satisfying when you pull it off. Like you're not just fighting enemies, you're outthinking them. Very John Wick. And yeah, the story's more personal this time. You're protecting a girl, going against your own agency, and there's this moody, darker vibe to the whole thing. Some folks weren't into it, but it works if you're in the mood for a more cinematic, one man against the world kind of deal. Plus, the level design has a lot of variety: strip clubs, cornfields, dusty motels, high-tech labs. It mixes things up. Some levels are tight and linear, others are more open and sandboxy. Either way, it gives you enough freedom to get creative with your kills. If you're looking for something that lets you walk into a room, quietly take down 5 people without breaking a sweat and disappear like a ghost, Hitman Absolution is that vibe. Not flashy like a Michael Bay movie, more like a slow burn action thriller with some serious style. Just don't sleep on it. Splinter Cell Blacklist. Splinter Cell Blacklist is one of those games that kind of flew under the radar for a lot of people, but if you're into that slick, calculated John Wick style action, this one hits real good. It's not full-on run and gun chaos like some others, but it gives you that smart, precise feel where you're clearing rooms and dropping dudes before they even know what hit them. You play as Sam Fisher, and yeah, he's not the loudest guy in the room, but man, he's deadly. Think of him like the older, more experienced guy at the assassin retirement home. Moves slow, hits hard, and doesn't waste a single bullet. The game lets you play how you want, go in quiet, leave no trace, or go loud with gadgets and rifles, or mix it up and do both. And when you're chaining together takedowns or using that mark and execute move to wipe out an entire squad in seconds, it feels cool. Like straight up tactical operator vibes. The gadgets are where it gets fun too. Sticky cams, sleeping gas, EMPs. Sam's got a whole utility belt of ways to mess with enemies. You can distract them, knock them out, sneak right past, or just drop in from the shadows and end it. It's not just about shooting, it's about planning and pulling it off clean, like Wick in a Black Ops uniform. There's also this mission hub where you can take on side ops, upgrade gear, and just chill in between missions. It feels more complete than some other stealth games. Plus, the co-op mode was actually solid. If you had a buddy who could keep up, you could clear rooms like a damn hit squad. Blacklist might have been the last real Splinter Cell we got, but it aged well. It looks good, plays smooth, and still scratches that itch for smart, stylish stealth action. If you want that John Wick feeling but with a little more sneaky, this one's worth checking out. The Hong Kong Massacre. The Hong Kong Massacre is basically what happens when someone watches John Wick, Hard Boiled, and a bunch of old school action flicks back to back, then decides to make a game out of all that chaos. It's top down, super fast, super bloody, and doesn't care much for handholding. You go in, guns blazing, and you will die a lot. But that's kind of the point. The vibe is straight up neon-soaked Hong Kong crime movie. You're a lone dude out for revenge, taking down bad guys in slow-mo shootouts that honestly feel like a ballet made of bullets. Every room is like a puzzle. How do you storm in, take out everyone before they get a shot off, and still look cool doing it? You've got dual pistols, shotguns, SMGs, everything you need to keep the action messy and loud. The main trick here is the slow motion dive. You can dive in any direction, and when you do, time slows down. So you're flipping through the air, dodging bullets like it's the Matrix, and blasting fools mid-roll. It never gets old. And it looks damn slick too. Blood everywhere, glass shattering, that gritty Hong Kong action movie style just dripping off every scene. It's not a long game, and it's definitely more style than depth, but that's kind of why it works. It knows what it is and leans into it hard. No fluff, no big story dumps, just shoot, roll, repeat. If you want something quick, brutal, and stylish as hell that makes you feel like a one-man hit squad, this one delivers. The Sifu. So, Sifu. This game is kind of like if John Wick had a bad day, got older, and decided to settle it all with his bare hands in a back alley. You start off like, yeah, I got this, throwing hands, looking clean. Then out of nowhere, some guy with a broomstick puts you into early retirement. It's wild. Now here's the thing, this game don't play around. You get beat up a lot, like A lot. It doesn't care how many games you played before, it'll still smack you down. But the beauty is, every time you get knocked out, you come back older, literally. Like your character ages with every death, and suddenly you're 58 years old with gray hair still trying to drop kick some guy named Sean. It's both hilarious and kind of badass at the same time. The fights though, clean, tight, no fluff. It's not just button mashing, you gotta block, parry, dodge, and strike like you're Jackie Chan in a hallway. And once you get in that flow, it feels so damn cool. You clear out 5 dudes in a row, and you're like, yo, did I just do that? It's that kind of satisfaction. And I gotta say, the levels are crazy creative. There's one where the world literally starts breaking apart mid-fight like you're in a kung fu fever dream. Like they went full art house film with the fights and somehow made it work. But real talk, it's hard. It's one of those games that teaches you patience and timing the hard way. You get slapped around for a while until your brain goes, hey, let's actually focus, and then it all clicks. And when it clicks, man, you feel like a legend. So if you like those high-stakes, stylish, hand-to-hand beatdowns where every move counts, Sifu is your game. Just don't throw your controller the first time a guy with a bottle takes you out. It's part of the process. Welcome to Kung Fu Hell. Cyberpunk 2077. This game lets you go full John Wick mode if you build your character right. Like, you can literally sprint into a room, slide under bullets, pull out a silenced pistol, pop off 3 headshots before anyone knows you're there, then hack a guy's cyberbrain from across the room and make him punch himself. They give you all kinds of toys too. Smart guns that auto-lock, arm blades that come out like Wolverine, and cyberware upgrades that make you feel like you're cheating. You can slow down time, bounce off walls, or just straight up go berserk with a katana. It's like the Matrix had a baby with Blade Runner and decided to throw in Keanu Reeves for good measure. And speaking of Keanu, yeah, Johnny Silverhand. He's in your head the whole game, roasting you, yelling at corpos, dropping one-liners, sometimes annoying but mostly just cool as hell.
Stick some iron in your mouth and pull the trigger.
Now, Night City, it's got style. It's not perfect, but it's alive. Neon lights, sketchy back alleys, weirdos on every corner. You can just walk around and stumble into chaos. One second you're getting a taco, next thing you know cops are chasing you for accidentally punching a vending machine. It's that kind of world. So yeah, if you skipped it at launch, now's the time to come back, build your character right, and you'll feel like a cyber ninja with a vendetta. It's got that I am unstoppable energy, especially once you get into the groove. Just don't drive too fast, the cops still ain't that smart.
No fun. Max tech. Time to tilt out.
Resident Evil 4. Imagine John Wick dropped into a cursed-ass village full of rage zombies who don't care about pain, and your only way out is to shoot, kick, and suplex your way through every damn one of them. That's the vibe. Your Leon and this dude is basically action movie royalty at this point. Cool under pressure, smooth with a pistol, always got a smart-ass line ready even when he's surrounded by a dozen enemies. And the way he handles combat, straight Wick status. You're out here popping heads, flipping through weapons mid-fight, roundhouse kicking fools across the room, then pulling off clean knife parries like it's nothing. The way you move between targets, line up headshots, and just flow through chaos, it's damn near ballet with bullets. There's this one part where you're stuck in a cabin and waves of infected dudes just keep breaking in through the windows and doors, and you're like reloading on the fly, tossing grenades, covering the stairs, switching to your shotgun to blow someone across the room. Total John Wick moment, like you're just one guy with perfect timing and crazy reflexes fighting off a small army. The parry system in the remake makes it even better. Someone comes at you with a chainsaw, you time that knife block just right and clash it like some action movie boss. It's not just about shooting, it's about staying alive in style. Everything's fast, brutal, and precise, and even when it's scary, it never stops being badass. If you want that feeling of being outnumbered but never outgunned, like you're always one step ahead even when it's pure chaos, Resident Evil 4 lets you live that. It's John Wick with monsters, cults, and creepy castles. What more do you want? Midnight Fight Express. Midnight Fight Express is straight up chaos in motion, man. If you ever wanted to feel like you're fighting your way through a city full of lowlifes like some ex-hitman who got dragged back in for one last ride, this is it. It's not about fancy cutscenes or huge explosions, it's raw, fast, and gritty, just how a street-level John Wick experience should feel. You're this dude called Babyface, and yeah, the name sounds soft, but nah, you're anything but. The game throws you into tight alleyways, clubs, trains, rooftops, just non-stop fistfights and brawls with all kinds of scumbags. And the way you throw down, it's clean. You punch, kick, counter, disarm, use anything around you as a weapon. It's all about flow. You start feeling like a one-man fight club bouncing from target to target without even blinking. The coolest part is how reactive the combat is. You can grab a bat, crack a dude's head, roll behind another, pick up a knife, throw it at someone across the room, and then slam the next guy into a wall. It's that non-stop movement that makes it feel like you're thinking 3 moves ahead. No flashy slow-mo stuff, just raw, fast hands and instinct. Like John Wick in a hoodie. And yeah, the game knows it's ridiculous, but it leans into it. The humor's there, the music bangs, and the pacing's perfect. It's short, tight, and doesn't waste time. You hop in, throw down, and keep it moving. If you like that scrappy, street-level action where you're just mowing through enemies like a pissed-off stuntman, Midnight Fight Express is pure adrenaline. Cheap, fast, punchy, no fluff, all hands. Metal Gear Solid 5. So this game right here, it's pure tactical shit, goddamn. You're playing as Big Boss, aka Snake, and the dude moves like a veteran who's seen some serious shit. It's not your usual action game where you're just mowing down enemies in a straight line. This one lets you plan, sneak, improvise, and then go full John Wick if the plan falls apart. And trust me, it will fucking fall apart. So you better get your ass ready. 1 second, you're creeping through the tall grass like a ghost, marking enemies with your binoculars, placing decoys, setting traps. Next second, some guy spots you, and now you're diving into slow-mo, lining up clean headshots, rolling into cover, calling in air support, maybe tossing a smoke grenade just to look cool. It's like the game dares you to go loud and stylish once things heat up. And yeah, the shooting feels freaking smooth. Every gunshot feels punchy, the takedowns are satisfying as hell, and the reflex system, it's basically the game handing you a last-minute chance to turn the tables and look like a badass. You'll mess up a lot, but when you pull off a perfect mission, it's a damn power trip. There's also this wild side to it, like one moment you're in a serious Black Ops mission, next moment you're extracting goats with balloons and recruiting soldiers with a cassette tape playing 80s bangers. Kojima's brain is on another planet and somehow it all works. So if you want a game where you're calling the shots, sneaking like a ninja, and then flipping the switch to go full guns blazing without ever feeling like you broke the flow, Metal Gear Solid 5 is that game. It's a freaking playground for anyone who wants to feel smart and deadly. A real John Wick type vibe, but with a bandana and a horse. Wanted Dead. Wanted Dead is that gritty, janky, over-the-top action game that just does not give a damn what year it is. It plays like a 2007 game that woke up in 2023, kicked the door down and said, screw it, we're doing this my way. You play as LT Hannah Stone, and she's basically a walking death machine. Ex-soldier, current cop, no time for BS. The whole game is like this weird blend of third-person shooting and hack-and-slash swordplay. 1 second you're blasting heads with a rifle, next second you're up close slicing dudes up like you're doing a speed run through a Yakuza dojo. And look, it ain't perfect. The animations are stiff, the dialogue is awkward, and the story makes zero sense half the time, but honestly, that's kind of the charm. It's dumb, it's loud, it's bloody as hell, and it doesn't apologize for any of it. The gunplay and sword combos work surprisingly well together. You chain kills like you're styling on the enemy just for fun. Headshot that guy, parry the next, finish the third with a brutal slow-mo kill move that feels way too violent to be legal. And it feels good, man, like some chaotic blend of John Wick and anime sword fights. There's also mini-games, karaoke, ramen eating contests. Yeah, I don't know either. It's like someone threw Dead or Alive, Devil May Cry, and a bunch of Sega arcade nonsense into a blender and just said YOLO. So yeah, if you want something polished and deep, maybe skip this one, but if you miss those messy but fun PS3 era games that just wanted you to shoot and slash your way through pure chaos, Wanted Dead is a freaking trip. Not for everyone, but if it clicks with you, you'll have a blast. Mafia 3. This shit gets slept on way too hard, and yeah, I get it, the open world stuff gets repetitive and the bugs at launch didn't help, but underneath all that, there's a damn good action game where you can go full John Wick on fools if you want it. You play as Lincoln Clay, a Vietnam vet who comes back home to New Bordeaux and finds his world ripped apart. So what does he do? He goes full vengeance mode, and when I say full vengeance, I mean it. This dude is out here clearing rooms like a one-man wrecking crew. Stealth kills, brutal takedowns, point-blank headshots. It's cold, calculated, and super satisfying. And let me tell, Mafia 3 is basically a fucking murder simulator. The shooting in this game has real weight to it. You peek out of cover, line up the shot, and boom, instant karma. Lincoln's animations make him feel like a trained killer, not just some guy running around with a gun. And when you upgrade your gear and unlock all the combat perks, that's when it turns into a John Wick power trip. Toss a grenade, headshot 2 guys, stab the last one in the throat. Clean, fast, and brutal. Plus, the setting is just different. It's not the usual New York/Chicago style mob stuff. This is the deep south in the late 60s with all the tension and grit that comes with it. The story actually tries to say something too. It ain't just about taking over rackets, it's about revenge, loss, and burning the whole damn thing down. Hotline Miami 1 and 2. Now we're talking. Hotline Miami 1 and 2, they're top-down, fast-paced, ultra-violent, and once you get the flow down, they seriously make you feel like you're on some John Wick level rampage. Just with way more neon, animal masks, and synthwave beats slamming in the background. You don't sneak around like some careful assassin here. Nah, you kick down a door, throw a bat at some dude's head, grab his shotgun midair, and blow away 3 guys before the 4th one even knows what the hell just happened. It's fast, it's brutal, and if you mess up, boom, you're dead. One shot, no second chances. But restarting is instant, and that's the beauty of it. You get in that one more try mindset real quick. And let's not even get started on the vibe. The music is loud and thumping like your heart's about to explode. The colors are all trippy and loud. And the story? Man, it's weird as hell. There's a lot going on if you decide to dig into it, but honestly, you can also just treat it like a pure murder puzzle game where your only job is to clear rooms as fast and clean as possible. Both games are like a drug. You sit down thinking you'll play for 10 minutes, then suddenly it's 2 AM and your brain's fried from adrenaline. They don't hold your hand, they don't care if you're confused, and that's what makes them hit so hard. So if you want that John Wick snapped and went fully off the rails energy, like no rules, no mercy, just raw instinct and reaction, Hotline Miami 1 and 2 absolutely bring it. You'll die 100 times, but when you finally pull off that perfect run, feels so damn good. Stranglehold. This is that old school mid-2000s game where they basically said, let's turn a John Woo movie into a freaking playable shootout. And man, they actually did it. You play as Tequila, which is already a badass name, and he's not here to ask questions, he's here to slide across tables in slow motion, dual-wield pistols, and blow up half the room without even blinking. The second you dive off a staircase railing in slow-mo and start blasting dudes mid-air, you feel like the coolest guy alive. It's all about style. Every kill feels dramatic. You're diving, spinning, flipping, and using the environment like a damn action movie director. There's even a freaking tequila time mechanic, basically bullet time, so you can slow things down and make every shot count. And the destructible environments, you shoot a table, it explodes. You shoot a dude hiding behind a fruit stand, boom, bananas everywhere. Now look, the graphics are dated as hell now, and the story's whatever, but who cares? This thing's about vibes and chaos. You're not playing Stranglehold for deep character arcs. You're here to feel like a one-man army with unlimited bullets and zero fear. If you've ever wanted to live inside a 90s Hong Kong action flick with over-the-top slow-mo kills and ridiculous gunfights that never let up, Stranglehold delivers that fantasy hard. It's dumb, loud, and just pure fun. No fancy fluff, just pure shoot-'em-up mayhem. RoboCop Rogue City. This one caught me off guard in the best freaking way. Like, it doesn't try to be something it's not. You're RoboCop, you walk like a tank, talk like a robot cop, and shoot like you've got the law in your hand. And man, the gunplay? Clean. The Auto 9 just wrecks people, and it sounds beefy as hell. You're not spraying bullets everywhere hoping for a headshot. Nah, every pull of the trigger feels like justice in your hands. There's a bit of detective work too, a few dialogue choices, but let's be real, you're here for the action, and it delivers. Heart. It's also got that classic RoboCop energy, the vibe, the city, even Peter freaking Weller doing the voice. It feels like a proper love letter to the movies. It's not some big open world with a million side quests, and thank God for that. It keeps things tight and focused. You get in, you clean up crime, and you feel like a damn legend doing it. If you ever wanted to feel like a walking tank of justice, Rogue City hits that itch real nice. It's violent, it's cool, and it doesn't give a damn about being trendy. It just does its own thing, and it does it freaking well.